Welcome back to Let's Make a Game, the channel where we are making a computer role-playing game using the free program Twine and the Sugarcube format for Twine. A couple of videos ago I showed you how to have a background sound in your game. In this video I'm going to show you how to have a background sound that changes depending on the state of the game. So first I'll show you what that looks like when playing the game, and then in the second part of the video I will show you the code. So what I've done is I've set it up so that there's a default background sound, which is the one that we saw a couple of videos ago, but then a couple of special locations have their own sound, which will come up when you get to that location, and then it goes back to the default sound when you leave that location. So first of all, let's look at how that works in play. So we can hear the default soundtrack, and then we got to this special location of the pool, and we choose to move on. And because we're still in the pool location, that we still hear that dripping sound. But when I go up here, we go back to the default sound. So that's what it would be like playing the game. As always, you can try that for yourself, because I've got all of the game so far uploaded on itch.io. Link is in the description if you want to try it out for yourself. But for now, let's have a look at the code. So, as I said a couple of videos ago, we have these cache audio commands which kind of queue up particular sounds. We now have three sounds. We have atmosphere.mp3, which is the sort of default one. We have cave.mp3, which is the dripping sound that we heard. And then I also have one of sort of monks chanting, which is used for the temple special location. And you're recommended to put the cache audio command in this special story init page, story initialization page. And the format is, as I said before, we have two less thans to indicate that it's a Twine command, a Sugarcube command. We have cache audio, which is CACHEAUDIO space, and then quote whatever shorthand you want to give it. I've got Atmos, Drips, and Chant for the three sounds. Space, and then within quotes the location of the particular file. So in this case we have sound/atmosphere.mp3, just indicating that I've put it in the sound directory, and then atmosphere.mp3 is the name of the file, and then we have another set of quotes, and then greater than to close off the command. And then I've done the same thing with drips and chant. Drips being sound/cave.mp3 and chant being sound/chanting.mp3. So I've moved, this probably doesn't make a lot of difference, but it just sort of felt more appropriate to move the play command. Now where is it? I can't remember where I put it. Okay, so I put it on this page. We have less than audio, quote Atmos, quote, and then loop play, LOOP space PLAY, then greater than. And what that tells the program is, it's an audio command, and what I want you to do is take the file that I've given the shorthand Atmos in the cache audio command, and then loop play, which means play through it, and then when it ends, start playing it straight away again. If I just put play, that would be play it through only once. And things that play through only once wouldn't be so much sort of ambiences, but they might be like if you open a door and there's a door opening sound effect, you only want that to play once, or you open you press a button and there's a beep sound effect, or that sort of thing. But we want loop play because I want it to be continuous. So that's all as per a couple of videos ago. How do we change? How do we change the track? Well, there's two parts to changing a track. We need to stop the one that we're currently playing, and we need to start playing another one. Now, starting to play another one will be the same. It'll just be audio, quote, a different, a different shorthand, quote, loop play. But how do we stop? Well, I'll show you how we do it. And it is in Explore 2. What we need to do is find the part of the code where we're going into the new location, and find the part of the code where we're going out of the new location. So the part where we're going into it is fairly straightforward. It's down here. It's when we are exploring, i.e., wandering through the dungeon, and we find a special location, and then depending on what special location we go to, its own dedicated sort of sub pages. So in this case, case 1, go to Lotus Pool, which is the pool one, of course, and then case 2, go to Glycon, which is the temple one. And so we have these commands. So I have a variable which is $TR, which stands for track, I suppose. And at the beginning of the game, it is set to Atmos, and all it is just a string, which is the abbreviated version of whatever track should be currently playing. Now, the reason that we do that is that we don't want to start playing a track if that track is already playing. We want to if a track's already playing and we don't need to change it, we want to let it play through. If we started playing it every time we got on, every time we got onto the relevant screen, it would just sort of keep starting again. So we need to have this TR to sort of keep track of what's currently playing, so that we know not to do anything if it's the right one. And you'll see how that works when we get to it. But so set TR equals Atmos, which is the sort of the ambience, and when we're going to, oops, sorry, I'm in the wrong page. When we're going to Lotus Pool or Glycon, we also change the audio to make it appropriate. So and we change TR. So we set TR. This is for the pool. We set TR equal to drips. We do as predicted. Audio drips loop play, but this is the new command. So we have less than audio, AUDIO, space, quote, colon, ALL, and then quote, space, and then stop, and then greater than. So there's a couple of things there. That colon ALL is a special term that the computer knows, which just means stop playing everything that's currently playing. And as a side note, I'm not really going to use this, but you can actually pause tracks as well. So if there were any tracks that were paused, it would stop them as well. So audio quote colon ALL quote stop. So stop everything that you're playing and start playing drips, and then go to Lotus Pool. And if we're going to the temple special location, it's the equivalent thing. Set TR to be equal to chant. Audio colon all stop. Audio chant loop play, and then go to Glycon. So set up the chanting MP3 to be the one that's playing. So that's how we move from the default sort of ambience to one of the special ones. The other thing we need to do, of course, is stop playing that special track and start playing the default one again once we leave the area. And that is done in here, I believe. No, sorry, my fault. I've got to the wrong page again. That is done in here. This is the page which displays the frame with the picture showing where the tunnels go, and then the graphics to move swiftly or cautiously. And it displays the map, and as part of displaying the map, it might display a picture. I've dealt with this before, how when we're exploring the dungeon, the picture of where we are has got two components. One is a background picture, which is the sort of map one. It shows where the tunnels are going, north, south, west, or east. And then the front part of it, on top of that, as it were, is a frame, and also there might be a little logo indicating the nature of the location. So if there's a settlement, it'll show frame settlement.png, which is the sort of Celtic knotwork frame, plus in the middle there's a little sort of icon representing a settlement, and then the rest of it is transparent so you can see where the tunnels are. Or it might show frame pool for the pool special location, or it might show frame glycon, or, and this is the most common one, it'll show frame plain, which just means there's no icon and you're in an area that doesn't have any anything except tunnels. So what we do, if it shows frame pool, that means we've just left the pool encounter. And if we've just left the pool encounter, then the dripping, we've already set up the dripping audio, and we just need that to continue. So we don't need to do anything in that circumstance, because the thing that should be playing will be playing. And the same thing is true of if we're in the temple. If we've just left the temple, but we're still sort of, or if we've sort of finished the temple encounter, but we're still in the area choosing where to go, we still want the chanting to be what you hear. So in those two circumstances, we don't need to do anything. But if it's a settlement or plain, we might have come from this pool location. So we might have been at the pool location and then moved west, say, and come to a settlement. Or we might have been at the temple and moved and come to a settlement. So we might be playing the wrong thing if we're in a settlement, and we might be playing the wrong thing if we are in a sort of empty intersection. So what we do in those circumstances is we look at this. We say, and we have the same code twice. The code down here under plain is exactly the same as the code under the settlement. So it's if, or less than, if $tr exclamation mark equals, and that means does not equal. So if the variable tr does not equal, then we have quote Atmos, quote, greater than, then we do all this stuff. Set tr equal to Atmos, audio all stop, in other words, stop everything you're playing, audio Atmos loop play. This is why we need the tr variable, because we could have come to a settlement with the default ambience playing, we could have come to a settlement with the pool ambience, the dripping playing, or we could have come to a settlement with the glycon audio playing, which is sort of monks chanting. We don't know. So we need a variable which keeps track of that. And if we didn't do this, if we just stopped everything and started again every time, then this Atmos audio would keep stopping and starting, and that's not what we want. We want it to sort of play continuously and just loop when it's finished. It would sound weird if it was always starting again. So that's the point of having that tr variable. So when we move to an area and it turns out to be either a settlement or a nothing, just an empty junction, then we check whether the Atmos, the default atmosphere is playing, and if not, then we make sure that it is playing, and we make sure that TR is updated. So that's how we do that. And then if I want to add more audio for different special locations, it's just a matter of getting a new file and setting up something similar to this, making sure that before I go to their special page, I set up the audio properly and update TR to be the correct one. So there are still some things in relation to audio that we might want to do. You might feel that the volumes aren't quite right between the different tracks, and also you might want the player to be able to turn the sound off or adjust the volume. Of course, they can adjust the volume on their own computer, but they might find it a bit annoying after a while if the sound keeps going, and they might just want to, or some people just prefer not to have sound, and they might want to listen to their own music or something, and so they might want to, you might want to give the player the option to turn off the music. And that's something that we'll be looking at in a future video. But I hope that what I did this time was useful or interesting to at least some of you, and I hope you will tune in next time.